Coming up, Tzu Chi Perth Liaison office hold a dental-free clinic to help the disadvantaged. We learn more about Tzu Chi Monthly, the magazine that spreads truth, goodness, and beauty to society at large. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Mary Lee-Shioda. Thank you for joining us. We begin today's program in Australia. The Tzu Chi Liaison office in Perth recently held its 5th free dental clinic, where thanks to the hard work of 148 team of doctors, nurses, and volunteers, 118 patients were able to receive top quality dental care. Also, thanks to referrals from the Red Cross and other international charities, many refugees, homeless, and people from economically disadvantaged families were able to receive one-on-one specialized care.
This is the opening of the 5th free dental clinic hosted by the Tzu Chi Liaison office in Perth, Australia. These Australian volunteers flew 5 hours from Brisbane to join the clinic and dance happily with a young girl who came to seek treatment. The joy of giving can be witnessed from the smiles on everyone's faces. This volunteer is Mahin from Iraq, who has come to assist as a language interpreter.
To meet such a wonderful people, they are very nice, very compassionate, they are very friendly, and honestly, I'm very happy to work with the very, very nice organization.
This is Alex from Iran, who is here today as a denture technician. He never imagined he would feel so great after working behind the scenes as a volunteer.
Beautiful, amazing, really, amazing. I feel so comfortable. I feel it's positive because I could help to people. This is my feeling.
This elderly lady is June, a migrant from Myanmar. She has little opportunity to receive dental checks and has been suffering from some tooth pain. After a checkup, the doctors discover the reason for her discomfort, and June happily thanks them for their help.
Thank you.
Actually, the cost of a tooth filling in Australia can cost over $100. For those without insurance, like refugees or the homeless, the cost of dental care is often prohibitive.
It's really great that we can come and give so much help, especially when we help those without the means or opportunity to receive help otherwise.
I think everyone has their own strengths, and when we cooperate, everything comes together, and we really can do a lot to help. With everyone doing their part, we really do excellent work.
While a volunteer consoles a distraught patient, another one cares for children so their parents may receive treatment. Today, 148 doctors, nurses, and volunteers have done amazing work to provide top-quality dental care to 118 patients, which brings a smile to everyone's face.
In Indonesia, Chima members recently held medical outreach programs in central Kalimantan and the capital, Jakarta. In central Kalimantan, local businesses and the military were present to assist in the effort. In total, over 300 patients were able to receive cataract treatment and regain their vision.
Tima Indonesia is holding a free clinic to treat cataracts of poor seniors living in the remote regions of central Kalimantan. The clinic is held in cooperation with the local military base and the Sinar Mas business group.
Thanks to all the doctors and volunteers, thank you for the chance to see again.
I'm so happy that I could have this procedure for free and regain my eyesight.
Before the seniors receive the cataract removal surgery, they are given a basic exam where volunteers offer one-to-one service.
This free clinic helps many disadvantaged citizens. The surgery gives people a chance to regain their vision, which is a great help to the well-being of their families.
I hope after this clinic today that more companies will dedicate themselves in the future to the betterment of society and help elevate the burdens of disadvantaged.
Also in Jakarta, another free medical clinic is being hosted where 72 Tzu Chi volunteers are on site near the slums in Cipinang to offer medical services to seniors. 81-year-old Lenny came by to seek help for her problems.
I'm kind of old, and I'm not eating well these days. Sometimes I can't eat anything at all. So I wanted to come and see a doctor.
In addition to providing treatment, the clinic also hopes to promote health education among local residents, most of whom are elderly.
We want to try and educate the seniors that are often getting sick. Hopefully, they will understand their own ailments, what is causing them, and maybe how to treat them on their own. We also want to teach basic health information, like sticking to their medication schedule and getting checkups to avoid complications.
The doctor just told me I had a poor metabolism. They said I should exercise more, eat less fried food. I should also eat less sugar and organ meats.
In addition to medical treatment and advice, doctors and volunteers are here to show love and compassion, which can be one of the best remedies for life's troubles.
Tzu Chi's medical mission is always moving forward. Tzu Chi volunteers in澎湖often visits their care recipients to check on their conditions. At the latest monthly visit, Chima volunteers also joined the trip and called on some care recipients. Let's see how the volunteers' love and care have helped this archipelago of Taiwan. Here in Penghu, this 86-year-old grandmother is often visited by Tzu Chi volunteers.
Your blood pressure is good, very good, 127.
At the next house, upon seeing that a doctor has come calling, the lady of the house quickly describes her ailments. The team at doctor recommends her to go to the hospital for a more detailed checkup. Afterwards, the volunteers visit Mr. Wong, whose legs have festered due to diabetes complications.
I've asked him to visit the health center to get his blood sugar measured every week, and then his medication can be adjusted accordingly.
Remember how many times a week can you eat fried sweet potato? 3 times, right? If you eat that, remember you shouldn't eat sweet potato rice porridge.
Of his own accord, Mr. Wong often stops taking his diabetes medication. Worried about his state of health, the doctors and volunteers remind him to continue to take his meds. Having received Tzu Chi's signature love and care for the past year, Mr. Wong hopes that the next time he sees the volunteers, he will be in better health. At the Kapong Jingsu Books and Cafe in Malaysia, volunteers recently hosted a lecture on health and nutrition, which featured Chen Jiaofei, a noted immunologist, sharing vital tips on how to live a healthy lifestyle. The public's response to the event was incredible, with around 1,700 people in attendance. Because of the limited space at the cafe, the event was instead relocated to the local Jingsu Hall.
Dr. Chen Jiaofei is an important immunologist that graciously accepted Tzu Chi's invitation to share a lecture on healthy living. After attracting nearly 1,700 participants, the talk is being held in the Kuala Lumpur Jingsi Hall's auditorium.
Many diseases and immune system disorders share a direct relation to one another. My immune system is strong, not because it relies on drugs, but because I have relied on healthy eating habits and lots of vegetables.
One by one, Dr. Chen gives detailed explanations of problems concerning immunity and nutrition.
The fruits and vegetables available at our local markets for our immune systems, those are the best nutrients we can find.
The audience is comprised of people from many different backgrounds, but all of them are interested in the necessity of modern society to promote healthy living.
I'm a cancer survivor, and after experiencing illness, this kind of knowledge will be of great use to me. Since I've already been through the whole process, I can really focus on staying strong and healthy now, like a fresh start, with both knowledge and conviction.
Even though I'm studying engineering, I've got a bit of interest in medicine. So I came today to listen and learn a little something.
Your lifestyle needs discipline. You have to exercise. You need to stay positive and eat healthy. Like the lecture today taught us, if you do these things, you really will prevent a lot of problems later on.
Heightening one's awareness of the nutritional needs of one's own body is the first and most important step to maintaining a healthy, vibrant life.
In our continuing series to mark the Tzu Chi Foundation's 50th anniversary, today we look at the first Tzu Chi publication, the Tzu Chi Monthly. First going into print 49 years ago, the bi-monthly periodical contains moving stories of love that inspire people. It also documented Tzu Chi's exploits while acknowledging all those who made donations to Tzu Chi.
A full-color periodical that has been published for nearly 50 years, the Tzu Chi Monthly contains stories that embody life's goodness and beauty while documenting the charity's footprint.
整个主题是我写的。
This report was written by me. Let's see, this alone was 27 pages. I only learned to use a computer about 20 years ago. Before that, I wrote with my hand. I did all my writings on the Tzu Chi Monthly's exclusive writing paper.
专用稿纸。
Before print media digitalized, writings were done by hand. Finished work was then sent to a printing shop to be printed. A retired teacher, Chen Mei-yi, bore witness to the whole process.
在民国77年的5月份。
In May of 1988, I wrote the special column for the 259th issue. It was my first and covered a special topic. It was in the format of a letter to Mother Teresa, where I made comparison between Mother Teresa and our Master Zheng Yan, and also her charity and Tzu Chi.
传教修女会跟我们慈济功德会的相互的比较。
And that was just the beginning for Chen. Her work would continue to appear under the monthly's special column, and she and her fellow writers would become Tzu Chi's first writing volunteers. Initially, the column documented Master Zheng Yan's daily life and was maintained by Master De Xuan, while she was just a laywoman.
很多事情已在台北生长。
As I spent some 20 years growing up in Taipei, everything was new and interesting to me living at the abode. As our Dharma masters went to bed early to get up early, I just sort of stayed up and began writing down what I saw. Then the Dharma master showed my work to Master Zheng Yan. After the master read it, she said we should publish it in the Tzu Chi Monthly.
拿去月刊刊。
Back then, Master De Xuan used a pen name and presented her work in the form of a serial novel. Even today, the master's footprint is still the signature of the periodical.
Master Zheng Yan fully discloses her itinerary and any person she has a meeting with to her supporters, so they may know what she is up to and come to identify with her. At the same time, this shows her commitment to public service.
Originally working in the media industry, it was Chen Zhenru who gave birth to the bi-monthly Tzu Chi publication.
It was back in 1967. We talked to Master Zheng Yan about creating a periodical to spread the Dharma and recruit more volunteers to do good deeds.
On July 20th, 1967, the magazine was first printed. A new issue would come out on the 5th and the 20th of every month. Besides the stories of love and goodness, it also played the vital role of accrediting.
会员偌济，就名甲姓互出来，捐偌济5块啦、10块啦，就是安尼名安尼排做就是安尼开始嘛。这就是表示咱慈善工作呢，就是爱做到点滴不漏。 那么笑目透明清楚，我到底呢收偌济人的钱，我做偌济的代志。
我捐那笔钱，有没有入账？那我们
People could see whether their donations were processed by Tzu Chi, and also see where the money went, so they can determine if it was properly spent. By acknowledging the donors' donations, I believe that's the first step to financial transparency for an NGO.
The accrediting section of Tzu Chi Monthly served as a bridge between the charity and its supporters. The magazine's volume also quickly rose from the initial run of 3,000 copies per issue to now some 200,000 copies. For the sake of the environment, a digital copy of the publication is also now available online to help spread goodness and Dharma to more corners around the world.
Next, we look at two families whose lives have been turned around thanks to Tzu Chi volunteers in Xiamen, China. After Tzu Chi volunteers started visiting the two families, their complaints and worries have turned into gratitude and appreciation.
This is Ye Jianxin 3 years ago when he was about to go to junior high school. He is now 170 centimeters tall, but he is still shy. His mother suffers from rheumatoid arthritis, and his father is completely paralyzed. They always look forward to Tzu Chi volunteers' visit every month. The family's refrigerator is in Ye Jianxin's room. With the family's permission, Tzu Chi volunteers rearrange the furniture so the boy can have a better living and studying environment. Tzu Chi volunteers in Xiamen also pay a visit to another care recipient, Ye Xinshu. When they arrive, Ye's 3 children immediately give the volunteers presents. Ye's husband passed away 2 years ago, but she and Tzu Chi volunteers give a lot of love to her children. She now volunteers with Tzu Chi and also makes donations every month.
We go to help some children and families with problems. We can't donate much money, but at least it shows our love.
Their willingness to help other people has enriched their mind despite their own hardship in life.
Also visiting care recipients in China, but moving to Humen's Xinwan district. Often what matters more than the small gifts the volunteers bring to each care recipient is the love and care that comes with each visit. Visiting care recipients in Humen's Xinwan district, Tzu Chi volunteers know their way around. Among others, today they are visiting grandmother Tan Ximei. Granny Tan then quickly invites her neighbor over.
She has called inviting her over. Granny is inviting her to join us.
Tan's neighbor, 89-year-old Mrs. Wu, is a new donating member Tan recruited. Mrs. Wu's husband passed away 3 months ago and needed some companionship. Today, Tzu Chi is not the only group of caring people visiting the elderly. Social workers as well as volunteers from Taiwanese Business Association also joins this visit. Seeing the senior make ends meet by tying knots at less than 1 cent per knot, Taiwanese businessman Li Guanling is reminded of a habit of his.
I've collected this. If I see a dime on the floor, I pick it up. I have already got 9. 1 more dime and I'll have $1.
Volunteers come bearing gifts of rice and oil for Zhang Yangshou's family of 4. 3 people in Zhang's family suffer from some form of disability. Zhang Yangshou himself is unable to speak his gratitude. Thus, each month, he writes down his thanks in a letter.
He's written a letter for the Taiwanese Business Association, one for Tzu Chi, one for Sister Junyuan, and one for social workers.
Seeing their care recipients' heart full of reciprocation is the best reward for the visiting Tzu Chi volunteers. Tzu Chi volunteers in Indonesia have been encouraging businesses and students to donate regularly using bamboo coin banks. Recently, donation drives were held for our girls' high school in Jakarta and one for the Agung Sedayo group. The event at the high school successfully gathered donations from 200 students, while the Agung Sedayo group event held at the Panda Indah Kaput Jingsi Hall was attended by over 300 donating employees.
Starting back in December, these students decided to make an effort to save a little every day for a good cause.
We showed them a short film explaining the purpose to the students. It explained how even just $1 could be a big help to others. It moved their spirits.
The video really inspired us and made us realize how much we have. Why shouldn't we try to help others? In the end, people should never stop caring for one another.
Now, 3 months later, Tzu Chi volunteers and students have gathered again. Students line up one by one to donate a total of 200 coin banks in a great show of compassion.
Kadang-kadang kan orang berpikir bahwa melakukan sesuatu.
A lot of people think that to really help people, you have to give a large amount at once. But with these bamboo coin banks, the students really can give within their means little by little. I'm happy the students have shown so much compassion through their donations.
Bisa mewujudkan secara nyata kasih itu dengan salah satu model celengan bambu tersebut.
Love is a spring that is always giving. Beginning in 2013, this is the 5th time the Agung Sedayu group has held a bamboo coin bank homecoming event. This time, over 300 people came out in response.
Since 2015, the response has really increased. We told everyone we would periodically hold this event. It's really something that benefits everyone.
Singing in unison, everyone's intentions and hearts are one. Together, they are encouragement for one another to continue spreading goodwill.
In Taiwan, the DaAi farm in Yilan is an organic farm where many people experience and learn about the hard work of farmers. Recently, Tzu Chi volunteers brought parents and children from various classes held by Tzu Chi Teachers Association to plant rice seedlings. Let's join them there.
The year's work depends on a good start in spring, so this is the time for us to begin transplanting.
Tzu Chi volunteers carefully explain the steps in transplanting rice seedlings. However, to do the job well still takes years of experience. Therefore, the children face all kinds of challenges as they put the lessons into practice. As this child listens to the uncle, his bamboo head falls into the mud. This other child falls on his bottom as he tries to take a large stride.
跌倒了，
亲近大自然。
第几次中大？
好像每年都一次。
还会跌倒。
Walking in the puddled paddy is not easy for the children.
你刚刚走路好像很辛苦哦。
泥巴难的要死，快死一样。
害你怎么样？
沉下去，你看，都丑的要死。一开始来会担心。
I worried when we came for the first time, but now we find it interesting. This helps children learn not to waste food when they grow up.
Since transplanting must be done mindfully, the volunteers accompany the children throughout the experience.
My children have eaten rice, and I also grow rice. However, my children have never transplanted rice seedlings. Therefore, I brought them here to experience it.
The DaAi farm is a natural classroom where children learn to cherish food, knowing that every grain of rice comes thanks to the back-breaking effort of farmers.
A senior daycare center in Yunlin, Taiwan has come together to raise funds to help some seniors to purchase shoes, as most have been wearing slippers even during the wintry cold. At the end of the program, we join the center's volunteers as they fundraise with homemade sweet potato cookies. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for watching. Have a good Wednesday.